In this lecture, we'll deal with the last or the final portion dealing the lithosphere, and that is regarding zonal soils, the meaning of soil, the very introduction and types of soil such as Tundra soils, Equatorials, then brown forest soils, Lateritic soils, Steppe soils, reddish brown soils, desert soils, then biotic regions of the world such as Equatorial rainforest, tropical rainforest, temperate rainforest, Monsoon forest, Savanna, Grassland, and finally desert. So also what exactly vegetation means. So soil is the upper weathered layer of the earth's crust. It is dynamic entity which is always undergoing physical, chemical and biological changes. The vertical section through the upper crust of the earth is called soil profile. Pedology is the study of soils, and pedogenesis refers to the processes involved in the formation of soil. Soil is made up of substances existing in three states: solid, liquid, and gaseous. For healthy plant growth, a proper balance of all three states of matter is necessary. The solid portion of soil is both inorganic and organic. Weathering of rock produces the inorganic particles that give a soil the main part of its weight and volume. These fragments range from gravel and sand down to tiny particles too small to be seen by an ordinary microscope. The organic solids consist of both living and decayed plant and animal material such as plant roots, fungi, bacteria, worms, insects, and rodents. The particles of organic matter share with inorganic particles an important function in soil chemistry. The liquid portion of soil, the soil solution, is a complex chemical solution necessary for many important activities that go on in the soil. Soil without water cannot have these chemical reactions, nor can it support life. Gases in the open pore spaces of the soil form the third essential component. There are principally three gases of the atmosphere, together with the gases liberated by biological and chemical activities in the soil. So now we will discuss the very types of soils that are found all over the world, in particularly the soils relating to such as the Tundra soil. As the name suggests, these soils extend over the Tundra region, covering northern part of North America, southern fringe of Greenland, and northern Eurasia. The exact character of these soils depends on the ground, ice position, slope, and the vegetation. If the slope is stable, soils are formed due to slow organic and chemical action. In case of steep slopes, thin soils results. In case the vegetation is absent, then like brown polar desert soils of Antarctica. In forested regions, brown forest soil of Arctic are formed. These soils are brown due to glacial alluvial deposits and have a thick organic rhizome. The tundra soils generally have poorly developed rhizomes as there is no downward movement of moisture. And the second category of soils, that is the food soils. These soils occur south of the tundra region in North America, Northern Europe and Siberia, and are associated with conifers and with plants. In these soils, the horizon A and the human race horizon E is bleached and ash grey. Horizon B is brown clay. Depending on the composition of horizon B, the soils could be human food soil, iron food soil, or clay food soil. These soils are generally infertile and require time and fertilizers if put to agricultural use. And the third one is the brown forest soil. These soils occur south of the coastal region in milder climates of the eastern U.S., northern Europe, and England. These soils are associated with deciduous forest and derive their brown appearance from the equitable distribution of humus and sea quickstides. There is less leaching because there is no downward movement of the brown forest soils are generally less acidic. Then comes the fourth category, that is the lateritic soil. These soils cover large areas of Asia, Africa, South and Central America and Australia. These soils are generally associated with tropical and subtropical climates with a short, wet and long dry seasons and thick vegetation. During the dry season in these areas there is intense physical and chemical withering and organic activity. During the wet season, an intense leaching, such as washing down of humus, organic and mineral, and horizons are as a result acidic with movement of organic content. The ice insoluble oxides of iron and aluminium give the upper layer a characteristics of red color. The lower regions are clay. The lateritic soils are generally poorly differentiated and have deep horizons and are suitable for mining. These soils are generally infertile due to low base status. And the next one is the steppe soils. These soils are associated with grasslands, receiving moderate rainfall in northern United States of America, the Commonwealth of Independent States, former Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, Argentina, Manchuria, Australia. The characterized of high mineral content and low organic content. Calcium carbonate is quite high in the profile. The upper horizons are dark mineral matrix waste rich. The humus content is around 10%. The parent material of chromosomes may be loess, wind-eroded sediments. The salt from structure imparts fertility to these soils. The chestnut soils occur on the arid side of, and they are associated with low grass steppe. The lime content is still higher in these soils compared to the chromosomes. The fairies represent the traditional soils between, and which reflects element of increasing wetness. So now we'll discuss about the reddish brown soil. These are dark clayey soils of savanna grasslands which occur on the drier margins of the Lateritic. These regions experiences warm climate with wet, dry seasons. There are no alluvial regions, but the whole sum is base-rich, which gives these soils a dark appearance. These soils support scattered trees, low shrubs and grasses. During the dry season, the soil show cracks. Now we'll discuss about the red desert soils. So these red desert soils that occur in mid-latitude deserts of Colorado and Utah states of United States of America, in Turkmenistan, Mongolia, and in Xinjiang. These soils occur on the extreme sides of chestnut. Soils have a low organic content. Lime and gypsum are closer to the surface, being rich in bases. They are good on irrigation. The red desert soils occur in the tropical deserts of the Sahara, West Asia, Pakistan, South Africa, and Australia. These soils are characterized by lack of vegetation and lack of leaching. The insoluble oxides of iron and aluminium give the soils a red color. The red desert soils are generally basin-rich, sandy, and gravity. So now we'll discuss about the very other soils that is relating to the savanna soils. So, in particularly, as we found These are the different kinds of soil. So now we would like to discuss about the biotic regions of the world, and particularly relating to the biotic regions of the world that we found, in particularly relating to what exactly those major biotic regions in describing the four great biomes. Emphasis is placed on the vast range of climates spanned by each. Essentially, the biotics are determined by the degree to which moisture is available to plants in a scale ranging from abundant forest biotic to almost non-desert biotics. But within each biotic, conditions of temperature are vastly different from low to high latitude and from low to high altitudes. Consequently, there is a need to subdivide each biotic into a number of formation classes. The biotic classification system normally used follows the work, and that thus the forest biotics. A forest is defined as a plant formation consisting of trees growing close together and forming a layer of foliage that largely sets the ground. Forest often show stratification with more than one layer. Shading of the ground gives distinctly different microclimate than would be found over open grounds. Forests require relatively large annual precipitation, but it does need to be uniformly distributed throughout the year. No single value of precipitation can be stated because the effectiveness of the precipitation depends on the water loss by evaporation and aspiration, and this in turn depends on air temperature and humidity. Consequently, the forest biotic spans a great climate range from wet equatorial to cold subtropical. The important formation classes that we formed include the equatorial rainforest, which extends over the Amazon lowland of South America, Congo lowland of Africa, a coastal zone extending westwards from Nigeria to Guinea, and in Southeast Asia from Sumatra on the west to the islands of Western Pacific on the east. These forests are characterized by 2 or 3 layered crowns of trees, numerous a wide diversity of species, little vegetation growth on the ground due to lack of sunshine there, rapid consumption of dead plant matter by bacterial action results in absence of humus upon the soil surface and within the soil profile. These conditions are typical of the pedogenic process of lateralization with which the rainforest is identified. The coastal vegetation in areas of equatorial rainforest is highly specialized in the form of mangrove forest, and the tropical rainforest areas include southern and southeastern Asia. In western Ghats of India, coastal Myanmar, coastal Vietnam and the Philippines, eastern Brazilian coast and the Madagascar coast and northeastern Australia. In many respects, these forests are structurally similar to equatorial rainforest, but have distinct differences imposed upon them by their location, which is on windward coast. The cooler temperatures coinciding approximately with the period of reduced rainfall impose some stress upon the plants. As a result, there are fewer species, but the epithets are abundant. And the next one is the temperate rainforest covers southeastern United States of America, southern Japan, southern Brazil, Uruguay, and northern Argentina, southeastern South Africa, European island from France in the west to Slovakia in the east, eastern Chinese coast, southeastern coast of Australia and New Zealand. These forests are characterized by a well-developed lower stratum of vegetation and abundance of epiphytes. The diversity of species is further reduced, and the next type one is the monsoon forest. Presents a more open tree growth than the equatorial and tropical rainforest. The most important feature of the monsoon forest is the deciduous nature of most plant species. Ecological aspects of monsoon forest, which are discussed in detail later. So, now we'll go to about the Savanna biotic. This biotic region consists of a combination of trees and grassland in various proportions.